So let us begin by just placing the awareness in the area of your heart. Just taking slow, deep, gentle breaths and experience these breaths flowing in and out of your heart, breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. Now, as you draw these breaths into your heart, see if you can follow this breath into your heart and down to your lower abdomen, all the way down to your root chakra or your perineum. And when you exhale, see if you can follow the exhale up from your perineum, through the lower abdomen to your heart and outward. And each breath as you take in, just follow this through your body and sense what's going on in your body as you take these wonderful deep breaths into your system, through your heart, to your abdomen, perineum, and out the other way. Take it slow, take it easy. There's no need to rush. And now see if you can draw these breaths on the inhale past your perineum, down your legs, and to the earth. And as you're standing on the ground or sitting on the ground, your feet are on the ground, see if you can touch the ground with this breath and follow your breath right through to the bottom of your feet and to the earth that you stand on or sit on or where the legs are. When you exhale, of course, draw your breath from your feet, bottom of your feet, all the way up and out of your heart. This technique will allow you to breathe even deeper, more deeply than you normally would. And that's really what we want to do, is breathe more deeply than we normally would. You want all that fresh oxygen to be deposited in every part of your body. That's what we want. That's exactly what we're looking for. Notice if there's any tenseness in your body as you take these deep, gentle breaths. If there's anything that's tense in your body, just notice it. You don't have to do anything about it, but just be aware. And now see if your breath can go all the way down to the center of the earth. Just imagine this. This will prepare you for the visualization exercise later. And as you exhale, draw your breaths from the nurturing center of the earth, through your feet, up to your perineum, lower abdomen, and out your heart and beyond. How far can you follow this breath as you take it in, coming into your heart, all the way down and out again? Can you sense every cell in your body? Can you sense the frequencies that are beyond you, beneath your feet, through the center of the earth, or beyond you, outside of you, as you reach out through your heart? Can you sense that? Can you become more aware that the greater you, the more multidimensional you, is not locked in this shell of a body? That 99.99% of you is actually out there. Because 99.99% of an atom is energy. The rest is maybe physical. But there's only that 0.000001% of an atom that's actually physical. And you are. What you see in the mirror is that 0.0000001%. The rest is felt. You can feel others this way. Wonderful. Excellent. Thank you so much for that wonderful, wonderful practice. I already have some comments coming in. Hello, Claire and Carol. Thank you for joining us today. And good morning to you, Dylan Sudanta. Always lovely to see people from the UK here. I know they're having a pretty rough time out there. So my heart goes to all of you who are going through a lot of issues in your respective countries. So thank you so much for joining me today and finding some time. Let's talk about the things that make me go moment. And today's topic is how to do a proper visualization. Now, I don't want to come across as this is the right way or the wrong way of doing visualization. There is a more powerful way of doing a visualization, and I want to share that with you. So one of the things that we do when we visualize is the technique that most people use. And I understand if you are not a visual person, then just instead of visualizing, just feel into it. However you want to access this ability. So a lot of people, when they visualize what they want to achieve in life. So for example, for me, many years back, I would visualize being in front of an audience and really seeing the audience, appreciate the information I deliver. And I see the audience actually feeling transformed by the information I deliver. So I would visualize this, and I would hold the audience, and I would actually have shapes and faces and names of people around, and I would actually have the names of people who's standing beside me, who are my mentors, people who are really high-powered speakers, and these are the people that are inviting me. So this is my visualization some 6 years ago. Today I'm doing that. Today that visualization has materialized. I want to share with you what I discovered accidentally. And it was a complete accidental discovery. It was me sitting in southern Germany, looking out to a beautiful orchard in an all expense paid trip for me to do a weekend facilitation with two well-known speakers. One of them is a Hay House author and a channeler of Cryon. I'm sitting in my hotel room, a luxurious hotel room, in the balcony, sipping European coffee, having a European pastry, and looking out there and saying, how did I get here? What did I do, and more importantly, how can I replicate this? And so one of the things that I realized that when I was visualizing back 6 years ago, and I would imagine myself with this audience, everybody around me, the one thing that I did do is I actually dissolved the images, completely dissolved the images. The images do not actually, when I got to that state of exhilaration and feeling creative, feeling like I mattered, feeling like I have something to contribute to the world, and feeling appreciated and wanted and needed, when I got to that point, I dropped the images and just held on to that feeling. And that is how I fell in love with my future. I did not fall in love with a future that I had devised in my mind based on what my past experience is, because that will only create a future that has got past embedded in it. What I did do, and I didn't realize I did this, is I actually fell in love with the future, then dropped what it looks like or what it should look like, dropped the photographs. I just closed my eyes and it was a blank slate and saying, I want to feel this way. And it doesn't matter if I've got high-powered authors here. I could be doing something completely different, but I want to feel this way. So the idea here is for us to be able to move in this direction and say, okay, we're going to drop the images once we get to that state of excitation in our bodies, that state of passion in our bodies, to drop the images. The images matter not in this case. So that's really what I wanted to share with you, is how I think a more powerful visualization technique is. I have no doubt that there are ways to build on this visualization technique. I have no doubt that one can do that. This is my edge of the power of visualization. And it's, visualization is a misnomer, because it's a visualization, but it's also a feeling, and the feeling is more important. you notice that in that visualization, I dropped the visual and I focused on the feeling. And the feeling is where you can actually attract your intended reality. You will attract a match for your feelings. So I want to share that with you. I'll talk a bit more about a program that I've got coming up that's going to expand on this and other techniques that I found very powerful and I discovered by accident. I'm sure uh, you'll be interested in that. So let us now just start the process of experiencing this, practicing the heart emotion thing, where we begin to experience a lot more emotion and therefore help us to vibrate a little higher so we can draw like experiences. So let us do the same thing. We place our awareness in the area of the heart, taking slow, deep, gentle breaths. And just experience these breaths flowing in and out of our hearts. Okay? Just flowing in and out of our hearts. And see if you can take these breaths down to the center of the earth, and on the exhale, draw it from the center of the earth up and out of your heart. And now, as you take these breaths in and out, I want you to recall something, anything, visualize something that made you feel so amazing. And I want you to get yourself excited. Your heart, your emotions are out uh, to a point where you are feeling so elated and joyful because you are feeling that situation, that scene, whether it's a future, whether it's a past, whether it's happening now, that you're feeling this elation in your body. I want you to visualize anything or bring forward a memory of anything that gets you to that excited state. And when you're there, I want you to shut off the vision and just stay with that excited state. And then in your mind, through your heart, say this or better, this, more of this or better, and experience the intensity of this amazing feeling. The breaths are important because it allows your body to create a solid foundation, a stable foundation. And once you do these breaths, you will then experience an elevated emotion, which then will attract you like things. So continue to take these slow, deep, gentle breaths as you experience these flowing in and out of your heart, breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. Draw these breaths right down to the center of the earth. And as you bring those breaths back up on the exhale, imagine them coming from the center of the earth and follow that visualization to every part of your body and allow every cell in your body to be quenched with this powerfully exuberant emotion that you're experiencing right now, this moment. And now ask your higher self, ask that part of you that's 99.99% of physics of you that is not seen, but the felt of energy. Ask that to open up a little bit more so you can have a higher intensity of emotion. It is the intensity of the emotion that powers the vibration that will attract you like things. So just ask, say, I want to feel a more elevated version of this emotion, this elation. There is no limit to how much I can experience. The only limit is my physical body to be able to do that. Wonderful. Thank you so much for participating. Our 15 minutes went away so quickly, and you've done some visualization now. So if you leave now, you've got what you came for. But I'm hoping to answer some of your questions if you want to stick around for that. And while you're typing the questions in, I want to show you what program that I've got coming up. This is the program that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And it's the unraveling of the physics of consciousness by claiming your birthright to experience joy and freedom. This is what I truly believe. I believe every human being that was born on earth was not here to learn hard lessons. I mean, maybe that was the energy of the past. What I've realized through my own experience and working with others, that you have you need to claim your birthright. You can't just sit there and saying, you know, God's going to provide or universe is going to provide. You have to actually physically claim that birthright. And in claiming that birthright, there are ways to do that. And I want to show you what that is. I want to show you some of the more powerful techniques that have worked for me. And I'm going to do it in 3 parts because I want to take it slowly. The first part is going to try and convince those who do not believe in the law of attraction or the ability to attract your own desires. For people who believe that, you know, the universe is going to do predestination, I'm destined to feel this way. If you or somebody you know is feeling like that, I want to change your mind. And it'll be done in the first of the 3 segments. So there are 3 segments for our Ignite members. So feel free to join for any one of those. And more information is going to come through. The last installment of the Self-Aware Man, this is for all men. It's specifically designed to work with the masculine gift offering to humanity, and something that allows us to become more present and more connecting deeper with others. A lot of men do not have that ability or know how to do that, connect deep, and they don't have to become weak to connect deep. I want to show them how powerful it is to have that deep connection, how important it is if you're a salesperson to sell that, if you're selling ideas like I am, how important it is to connect deeply and how quickly you can do that. And that's what this particular program's about, but it's only for men. So if you know of a man in your life, or if you're a man, you can check this out. The replays are already up for the first 2, and the next one's in 2 weeks, all right? So, and if you need personal help one-on-one, of course, I'm here. There's a 30-minute complimentary session. More information in the email. Just scan on that on that QR code, and there you go. Time for questions. So we've got a couple of questions here. So let me just stop the share here so I can look at the questions here. All right. There's a lot of hello. Thank you so much for your greetings. Dil, thank you for this absolute truth. It's the feeling that transcends and transmutes my personal experience and all my learning on this path. Not always easy to have to practice this or better. I love this. Thank you. Wonderful. Jessica, hi. How are you? Thank you for joining us today, Jessica. So wonderful to have you here. All right, so I don't see any questions, just a bunch of acknowledgements, and I truly appreciate the acknowledgement, so keep it coming. Thank you so much. But for now, I'm going to say thank you for joining me. I appreciate the time you spent with me. I look forward to connecting with all of you next week, and if you're interested in checking out the program, it starts this Saturday, the 3-part Law of Attraction program, okay? I'll send you more information in the email. Thank you so much. Take care.